If winning professional voiceover work is your goal, you have to start with recording quality. Everything we build in this course, every effect, every plugin, every processing chain, starts with one thing: recording quality. You cannot edit your way out of a bad recording. So before we talk about any processing techniques, we have to make sure your recording itself is good. There are 3 things you need to check before you hit record. They might sound basic, but many people skip them and pay for it later. That's why I'm starting here. Those 3 things are the microphone selected in Audition, the side of the mic you're talking into, and your distance from the mic. First, the microphone selected in Audition. It's not uncommon to record an entire session and only realize afterward that Audition was capturing from the wrong input. This happens after restarting your computer, switching interfaces, plugging in a USB device, or updating your operating system. Audition can quietly default to a different input. On a short take, it's annoying. On a long session, a full audiobook chapter, a performance-based voiceover read, you've lost hours of work and the energy you brought to that performance. So before every session, do this. Go to Settings, Audio Hardware. Confirm the default input is your actual voiceover microphone. For example, for me, it should be the Scarlett 2i2 USB, and in fact, it is. It takes 5 seconds. The next important thing is the side of the mic you're talking into. Every microphone has a strong side and a weak side. Most voiceover microphones are cardioid. They pick up from the front and reject the back and sides. This sounds simple, but it's one of the most common reasons people don't get the best sound out of their mic. They're talking into the wrong side without knowing it. Top address mics, like the Shure SM7B, capture audio from the top. If you talk from the side or back, your audio will sound very thin and echoey. Side address mics, like the Rode NT1, look like a vertical cylinder. You talk into the front grille, not the top. You have to know which side is strong. If you're on the wrong side, your audio will sound thin and distant. It cannot be fixed in post. You'll have to record again. If you're not sure which type your mic is, check the manufacturer's site. It's a 30-second, one-time check. I also have a short YouTube video linked in the description that walks through this. The third important thing is your distance from the mic. This is the one that most shapes the character of your voice. The general working range for cardioid mics is 4 to 8 inches. Within that range, distance changes your tone, and where you sit should depend on what kind of audio you're producing. Closer, around 3 to 4 inches, gives you more bass weight from proximity effect. Cardioid mics naturally boost lows up close. That weight works for trailer voiceover, dramatic narration, and audiobook intimacy. The trade-off: more plosives, more breath noise, higher clipping risk, and possible boominess if your voice is already bass-heavy. Farther, around 6 to 8 inches, gives you a more neutral, balanced tone. Less proximity effect, less bass coloration. This works for corporate narration, e-learning, and any voiceover where clarity matters more than drama. It's also more forgiving. The trade-off: less intimacy, less weight, and more room tone if your space isn't treated. There's no single correct answer here. The right distance depends on your voice, your mic, your room, and the job, and 2 professional voiceover artists doing the same work will often land at different distances. The goal is to be deliberate about it, not random. This is something you'll refine with practice. A quick way to feel this for your own voice: record the same line at 3 different distances, normalize all 3 to -3 decibels, then listen. Normalizing first removes loudness bias, otherwise the closer takes just sounds louder and you'll mistake that for better. Once peak levels match, you can actually hear tone differences. Recap: 3 checks before every session. Confirm your mic is the selected input. Talk into the strong side of your mic. Choose your distance based on the audio character you want. These feel basic, but they're the difference between raw audio worth processing and raw audio you throw away. If any of this is unfamiliar, pause and watch the linked YouTube videos before continuing. The rest of the course assumes you've got these 3 things handled. In the next lecture, we'll look at how to verify your recording level is correct using Audition's meters, because "sounds fine to me" is not good enough for professional voiceover work. If you are watching this video on YouTube, this is a lecture from my professional voiceover workflow course. You can enroll in the course from this link. Upon purchase, I will give you access to this course. If you have any questions, please email me. You will find my email and other resources I mentioned in the lecture in the video description. If you are looking for generic guidelines on improving your sound in Adobe Audition, click the cards on the screen. You will get a step-by-step guide on how to make your sound better in Adobe Audition.